Welcome, 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 everybody that is returning. And those of you that are new, welcome back to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I am here to do another timeless reading for you guys. So I hope you guys have had a good day wherever you're at in the world. You guys, God bless you and peace be with you. Okay. So, let's see here. I'm just going to make sure that my cards are in the upright as usual. I always do this at the beginning of the reading. But I hope you guys have had a good day. Please like the live please like the live, share the live. All of that stuff is so important, you guys, so that we can get views on the video and so that these messages can get out to the people that they're meant to get to, okay? That is our objective. So my greatest wish for you guys is that you learn about discernment through these readings so that, oh, hell no, hair, sorry. So that when you're in your regular life and something comes up and you need to use discernment, that you can use your discernment and you're confident in using your discernment, okay? So that is my greatest wish. These readings are to prosper you. They are to benefit you. They are to teach you how to use your discernment, and they are to teach you about spirituality. A lot of the stuff that we talk about is very, very spiritual. And I feel like all of these messages are really important. So I would watch each reading. I would watch all of the readings on this platform at your leisure. Literally just go through the titles on the videos, and whichever one that you feel resonates, that's the one that I would watch next. And I would just watch them at your leisure. Okay. Yeah, because the messages that come through, it could be 10, 20, 30 years in the future from this date. And these messages are to help you with troubleshooting and problem solving. Okay. All right. So that is my deepest desire and wish. Okay. So that you guys, I want you guys to live beautiful, long, healthy, loving, happy lives where you prosper. And I do believe these readings can be a part of that. If you choose to let love in, if you choose to let God in, okay? God to me equals love. And I would really appreciate if you guys could like the video. We really need to get the likes up, okay? All right, so by watching my readings, you are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. That means also no bullying me, anybody in the comments or anybody in the chat. Okay, so if you go look to the tagged products that are attached to this channel, I have got a huge list of spiritual books that I have read personally that have helped my life throughout my spiritual journey. Out of those books, I'm just going to be talking about 2 of them today, okay, that are very close to my heart. So I'm going to briefly discuss them at the beginning here. And if you're interested, let me know, and I'll try to remember to talk about them at the ending of the reading, okay? The first book is called The Truth of God, and it is an advanced intuitive living workbook written by Michael STEADMAN, MICHAEL who is a doctor of divinity. Now, I've been using the techniques from The Truth of God for almost 10 and a half years with success. So I suggest that you guys also use the techniques from The Truth of God. Yeah, it just helps you gain control of your reality so that you can start creating the life that you actually want to live. All right, so I'm going to read the back of The Truth of God. If you're interested, at the ending of the reading, I will talk about The Truth of God in depth, okay? All right. So the truth of God is an evolutionary encounter with that which we know as God, gaining new perspective into who we are and from where we came. First, the journey to God takes you to the realm where it all began, making many discoveries along the way. Next, the story of God explains what has seemed to be indescribable, creation and the path that led to what we perceive to be reality. Last, in the spiritual workbook, Michael gives us information and techniques that will allow us to free ourselves from those ideas and emotions that are hindering our spiritual progress, and methods to open up the channel between the conscious mind that we are aware of and the inner consciousness that many are becoming aware of. If you guys have ever heard of inner self, that's what we're talking about here. So, life-changing. Okay, this book is life-changing. It has changed my life for the better. I use it every single day. I've been using it for 10 years with success. The techniques in it never, ever fail me. So I'm going to keep singing its praises and speaking its praises forever, basically. Because I would not be as stable as I am now in God's presence without this book. The second book I'm going to talk about is the book that I've written. Now, I wrote a book to help you guys learn to read cards for yourself and for other people. If you are interested, some of you may not be interested in that, and that's totally fine. I have this quick and easy original Rider-Waite deck with the descriptions on the cards tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. It is what I wrote this book with. So the book that I've written is called Vassago, Vassago, Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, written by me, Astraea Love. So you guys, if I have to get quiet really quick, it's just because somebody comes in and they send a psychic attack. Like this person that's trying to bully me, they send a psychic attack, and then I literally just have to get rid of that and bring it right to God. So give me just 1 second, okay? I'm going to have to go within because what that person was saying was not only cruel, evil, and sadistic and mean, but, you know, I'm not going to argue with an idiot. Who are you to tell me that my book that I took a lot of time to write to help people out, who are you to tell me that this book is not worth anything? Who are you to tell me that I am not worth anything? Who are you to tell me that the work that I am doing for God is not worth anything? Who are you? You're obviously not of God. You're not of Christ. You're not of anything. And now you're blocked from the platform. Don't ever come back here. Since you think that I should just go get a job, bitch, if I could go get a job, I would, but I'm disabled. So not only are you making fun of and bullying a disabled person, but you're also being abusive and extremely cruel and sadistic. Shame on you. Shame on your mother. Shame on your father. Shame on your entire lineage. Shame on you. Sorry. All right, let me just take care of that. I'm so tired of, I am sick of people coming into my chats for no reason, sending me fucking psychic attack. Like, literally. I accuse and I report that person to God and the Holy Spirit. Maybe they need a little bit to live a little bit of life up under demonic torment. Maybe that's what they actually need. So they can start to be a real person, not just a coward hiding behind a screen. The F is wrong with these people. All right, so anyways. God, please. I want every part of that psychic attack and that spiritual attack sent right back, or whatever you want to do with it, God. But it needs to be dealt with now. Okay, so anyways, Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. This book will help you if you're interested in learning tarot and the system of tarot. Sorry I got upset about that, but you know what? I am really sick of people being completely disrespectful. These people do not know me. Respectively, they do not know me. So anyways, so this book was inspired by the Ars Goetia spirit known as Vassago. He has assisted me in designing the different tarot card spreads in this book so that they cater to your personal experience. I, for one, know how difficult it can be to read cards for yourself due to our personal attachment to the outcome. This book will assist you in getting past that blockage and in obtaining the spiritual truth that will set you on your divine life purpose, aka spiritual path. This book of never before created major arcana spreads references the standard Rider-Waite tarot deck for all explanations and includes spells and rituals for each of the 22 cards. Different card combination descriptions are gifted from my years of practical knowledge and are included in the additional notes section. And I wrote this book off of the original Rider-Waite. So if you learn the interpretation from these cards, you can go to any specialty deck, and when they give you an abstract picture that has nothing to do with what the card actually means, you will know what the card actually means. That made me want to seriously cry. Like literally, oh my God, how dare that person say that to me? This is what I do not understand. I go around being kind to every person in my life. I'm like literally kind to every single person. I've never killed an animal. I've never hurt another person. I've never even been in a fist fight. I go around being a peaceful person, and then here comes these people that want to make fun of my situation. I'm like literally to the point now with these people that no, what they need is for God to whoop their ass, to send demons to them, to give them demonic torment to go through so they can be in the position that they just made fun of somebody else for being in that position. I mean, people, they forget how quickly their circumstances can change. And it's not just the words that are hurtful that make me want to cry. It's the disrespect for another living being. Why doesn't that person get off YouTube and go fucking do a job? Why don't they take care of their kids? Why don't they go feed their husband? They're like literally good for nothing person. Coming online, making fun of a disabled person who's doing the best that they can do to help the world. This is like, I'm a very compassionate person, but things like that, I lose total compassion for people like that. I lose compassion for people like that. I literally hate the devil, and I hate everything that the devil does. It's so damn annoying. It just is. Archangels, that person, and that snarky ass attack that they just tried to send to me. Can we start dealing with those people? Just keep them away. They can't stay in my energy, point blank, period. So anyways, getting into the message. I'm not going to let that person throw my energy completely off. I already fixed it. It's just very infuriating. Very infuriating. That person would have never thought of doing a kindness to another person. They don't believe in kindness. They believe in bullying and shit talking people and making fun of people. Yeah. I'm getting better at not reacting, but damn, that person was a witch. They're probably pissed off because they don't have any real abilities other than sucking the devil's dick. That's not an ability. That's humiliation. If they have to go to a demon to get something done, what does that say about them? So anyways, I would like that person extracted out of life itself. My life cannot stay. I would never, ever, even if somebody was doing work that's bad, I would still not discredit it. Anyways, fuck that person. May they burn in the pits of hell until they repent for being an evil, good-for-nothing piece of human garbage. And I hope that their mother and father repents for creating them and raising them to be that way. I feel like me not having kids is a blessing in the sense that I don't have to worry about, well, I would never raise my kids to be disrespectful, good-for-nothing people. I already had a stepdaughter, and she is an amazing person. So I'm getting that this time it's going to be different. Something's changing in the air. Something's shifting. Exactly. I would much rather be kind. I don't even want to have to defend myself, but, you know, that person, I guess they knew the right thing to say to piss me off today, right? It's just the irony of the people that do this are not worth shit. They're not worth the scum on the bottom of my shoe. Like, seriously. They're not worth even helping. Only God can help those types of people. They'll never receive assistance from another human because only God can fix whatever's going wrong with them or going on with them. So this time, things are going to be different. Okay, the outcome of whatever it is that you're focusing on is going to be different. And I also get that somebody just, you know, they're a bully. They're disrespectful. They have no care for other people. This is the type of energy that you're dealing with. This is why this time it's going to be different. God's not going to allow bullies and negative people and disgusting people to continue with their BS forever. Like my problem with life is that I have been experiencing abuse the entirety of it. And you think that with being abused the entirety of the existence of life, that by the time you're adult, you would be used to it. But no, it still is abuse. It's abusive. People don't know me. They don't know what I've been through. They don't know where I come from. Literally. And people don't know you like that either. I think the biggest mistake that these idiots can make is thinking that they know everything. Like, what type of freaking freak thinks that they know everything? While we're in the human perspective, we're not going to know everything. That's just the reality. Well, like, I get to see what God allows me to see, but I'm not the all-knowing one answer. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has an intuition and everybody has inner guidance, but not everybody listens to that inner guidance. And you know what? When other people put in hard work on a project or a book or a TV show or whatever, I don't just disregard that. This person disregards everything, you know, they disregard everything. Like, they have no idea how much work and effort it takes to create a book. What have they created in their life? Nothing. Probably children that are not going to be shit as well. The fool. Yeah, because you're dealing with somebody that's completely unaware. And please don't send me backhanded comments about me being soft and squishy. What the fuck does that mean? You need to go. Okay, go back to the devil. Go back to Satan who sent you. go away. Disgusting. If I'm so fucking fat and ugly to look at, then go look at somebody else. Nobody has to come on this platform. They don't have to do that. Yeah, it definitely is about the light and the dark. It's just that I want to be able to have compassion for the human race, but the human race continues to reject this stuff, you know? It's like foolish behavior. And this is why I really hate when people come in and try to throw my energy off. It's so disrespectful. We're going to get past it. I know that God loves me, and that's all that matters. Just like God loved Jesus. God loved Jesus. Where the rest of the world hated Jesus, there's probably about 10 people total that loved Jesus. Like truly loved him and wanted to follow him and learn his ways. Not that I'm comparing myself to Jesus, but I'm just thinking about the other people on this planet that have been hated. I'm sure nobody hated Buddha, but yeah, I invoke peace into this platform and into myself. Just have to remind myself of who I am. Not my human self, my divine self. And then I ask that bring death to all beliefs that cause these situations. And memories. Because sometimes a memory is just as bad as having a belief. Sometimes it'll be a belief that brings a situation in, and sometimes it'll be a memory. The memory of a situation that'll bring a situation in. The Magician. I think that somebody is upset with you because you're a better magician than them. You have access to infinite power and they do not. Everybody has the ability to connect with God. Realistically, is everybody going to do that? No, because a lot of these people, what they worship is not God. If the entity that people think is God is telling them to steal, kill, and destroy, it's not God. God is never going to tell you to hurt another person or to make fun of them or to bully them. I also get that this time, people had best watch themselves. Oh, welcome in, Kiwi Kid. I haven't seen you for a minute. I hope you're doing okay. Help, is Irene and Steve attacking you, asking for divine intervention, punishment from God? So, Olad and all associated in Oyo, Nigeria. Okay, so I'm going to be answering Kiwi Kid's question. Okay, I mean, I do get that Irene and I'm getting that, yeah, Irene and Steve, they're not, what they're doing is they're asking for the divine to come down on you. Maybe they think that you did something. But Olad and all associated in Oyo, is Oyo, Nigeria a place? Let's see. Olad and all associated in Nigeria. Okay, well, whatever I'm getting from Nigeria is not a good energy. I don't get you're getting attacked from Nigeria, though. I'm not picking up on that. But whatever is happening, what is happening in Nigeria right now? Whatever's happening in Nigeria is not good. Oyo, Nigeria. Okay, so if you're thinking, okay, it's a state in Nigeria. Thank you. Okay, so I'm getting that these energies are two different energies. The ones that Irene and Steve have are definitely different energies than the Nigeria energy. The Nigeria energy seems like a fight is happening there. So yeah, don't be planning a trip to Nigeria, Kiwi kid. I mean, I'm getting that the people that you know there or whoever you're thinking of associated with there is not bad people, but the environment right there, right now, right there is crazy. What's happening in Nigeria? Let's just ask. Let's ask Google. What is happening in Nigeria now?
Nigeria faces security issues, including attacks and kidnappings, especially in the north and central regions. Economic hardship, caused by fuel subsidy removal and currency changes, is also a major concern. Politically, there are reforms being considered, and opposition figures criticize the current administration.
Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Jeez. A lot of inflation and hardship, but you know what I'm kind of getting? I'm getting that there's a lot of kids that are being targeted. Oh. What I'm getting is that yeah, Nigeria is not a safe place to be right now or to travel to, like as far as vacationing. But I'm also getting that the people of Nigeria who follow Christ, okay? I don't know if they've been being attacked, but what it feels like is that those people will be the ones that are left standing. Out of all the other groups of people, those are the people that will be the ones that are left standing, and they may establish a new norm, like a new norm of peace in Nigeria. Yes, may God bless peace in Nigeria. I had no idea. I had no idea that any of that was going on over there. Okay, so let's see about Irene. I do get that, yes, you're right. I mean, you're very intuitive, Kiwi kid. They are wanting God to punish you, but God's not going to punish you. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So let's see. The Lovers. Maybe they don't want you getting a love connection. Okay, so this is what I'm going to say about these people. It's giving, if we could cross the properties of a snake and a shark together, that's what these people possess, those qualities. It's like devouring others. Also, they don't want you, these people want you punished in your love life. I feel like if God was going to punish you, there would be a reason. I don't see a reason. I'm not saying that you've done anything to these people. I'm getting that they believe some type of lie or they've created a lie. Maybe they see someone and but why are they trying to block your love life? Is Irene an ex of yours, Kiwi kid? You deserve so much better. Oh my gosh. 7 of Wands. Yeah. Because, like, you having to defend your love life, I feel like these people are not shit. They're not anything. The divine and God is not going to listen to them. So if you're experiencing any negative energy coming from them, and I just heard, yeah, if you're experiencing any negative energy from them, it's coming from them themselves. And what was the name of the guy? What was the guy's name? Let me look at that again. Oh, Steve. Yeah, welcome in, Fashionista. She didn't give you closure. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, we're not really owed closure. That's one thing about life that's frustrating. Steve lied to her about you and took her away. Okay. Yeah. So that's definitely what I'm feeling is like you having to defend your love life. But I'm getting that these people, in their delusional minds, they believe that God is going to punish you, but whatever they're communicating with is not God. Three of Wands. This looks like to me that, yeah. Okay, so if you're having concerns over your self-worth, it feels like this is something that's being put on you, okay? These people want you to doubt your own worth. They want you to doubt your own life. I'm getting that these, in a way, you were like a good luck charm to Irene. Now that, see, she's mistaking like the protection that was coming along with you, that was your protection, like your good luck. That's been removed from her. Since she wanted to treat you, yeah, your ancestors are not playing with this person. Since she wanted to treat you so poorly, the protection that you have that's been keeping you alive through all this black magic, she does not have that. Now she's got Steve who's doing some type of, I want to say, demonic work on her, turning her into a very nasty person. These people deserve each other. The Three of Wands. This looks like to me that you're going to be able to create some type of project. So now that all of your luck and your energy has been removed from these people, now they feel like they want revenge because they don't get to benefit off of you anymore. God, you should have never I'm not going to say what you should have done, God, but Holy Spirit, God, I feel like you should have never let Irene or Steve benefit off of Kiwi Kid. Point blank, period. If this is the way that they're going to act, they need to understand what's their energy. Because I feel like you, Kiwi Kid, you don't have a hard time understanding what's your energy. But these people, they think that your energy, your blessings, your favor specifically is theirs, and it's not. Ace of Cups, look, definition of favor. The love that God has given you, these people don't possess it. They're very materialistic and needy. But yeah, I think all we can do is pray for Nigeria. What God is doing as a whole for this planet is major right now. It's going to affect every type of person. So I would like you to be able to move forward. Five of Wands. Yeah, this competition energy from Steve, I can't really respect that because there is no competition. Nobody else can compete for the favor that you have naturally because you do right by people. These people don't. And it's not your fault that they believed a lie, okay? Or they tried to create it to look like you did something. You never done anything. That would have come out in the cards. These people see you as complete competition. And now they want, oh my gosh. You know what the song I'm hearing in my mind right now? It's this song, I think it's called Jar of Hearts. It talks about tearing love apart. You're going to catch a cold from the ice inside your soul. So don't come back to me. Don't come back at all. That's what these people, they need to stay with the energy that they had when they were, shitting on you. The star. See, the thing is that these people are not stars. They will never have access to your star energy. They will never. They're not you. So I don't know what that song is called. I think it's called Jar of Hearts, actually. Okay, I'm going to read the lyrics. It says, I know I can't take one more step towards you because all that's waiting is regret. Don't you know I'm not your ghost anymore? You've lost the love I love the most. Wow. I've learned to live half a life. Now you want me back one more time. Who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts, tearing love apart. You're going to catch a cold from the ice inside your soul. So don't come back for me. Who do you think you are? I hear you asking all around if I am anywhere to be found, but I have grown too strong to ever fall back in your arms. That is your energy. You've grown too strong to go back to this crap. I've learned to live half a life. This could be how you were feeling. Now you want me back one more time? No, these people don't even want you back. You know what they want back? They want your luck, your fortune, and your favor back. Who do you think you are, running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts, tearing love apart? You're going to catch a cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back for me. Who do you think you are? It took so long just to feel all right. Remember how to put back the light in my eyes. I wish I had missed the first time that we kissed, because you broke all of your promises, and now you're back. You don't get me back. Who do you think you are, running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts, tearing love apart? You're going to catch a cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back for me. Don't come back at all. Who do you think you are, running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts, tearing love apart? You're going to catch a cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back for me. Don't come back at all. They need to stay where they're at. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? 3 times it says that at the very end of the lyrics. It's by Christina Perry. The audacity of people, man, to be this disrespectful and then be like wanting to come back, be all up in your business. You know what? This person, Irene, is not, they're up under judgment. These people that want to compete with you are up under severe judgment. Because do you know why it says in the Bible, judge not that you be not judged? These people had no right to try to call down judgment on you. You're over here minding your business, leaving them alone and not doing anything at all towards them after they completely betrayed you and got together themselves. Disgusting. I think that Steve can't destiny swap with you anymore, and Irene is going, well, wait a minute. Steve is not the person that I thought he was. Let me see if I can get back in good graces with Kiwi Kid. Absolutely not. We don't let serpents, we don't let sharks back into our life once we know who they are. 2 of Cups. I'm serious. She's thinking about contacting you. She better not. She's already up under judgment. She's probably not going to figure out that the reason that she's up under judgment is because technically she kind of cheated on you. That's probably why she's up under judgment. She made the wrong choice. Now God's about to bring in a better option for you, and these people, the devil always does this. Anytime God's going to bring someone a level up, the devil wants to come in and destroy that. Nah. No mercy and compassion for these 2 people. I don't get that they're connected to the Nigeria incident, but yeah. When you're ready, start dating again. Okay? Because I get that the best revenge is no revenge. It's just moving on with your life. And these people losing access to your soul contract, to the benefits that come with you. They're losing access. King of Wands. This is Steve, the King of Wands. Lost access, who's up under judgment. And hell yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is that we didn't even call judgment. Like, I've never called judgment on this situation. This is the Holy Spirit, the divine realm, and Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel does not want you around these people. And I also hear that something about you getting a car. You may be working on getting a car. It's going to make a big difference in your life. The World. I feel like you should feel free to move to any new place, right? I'm also getting that there's something that you may be starting on the World Wide Web. You may end up meeting somebody on the internet. Goals being achieved, unexpected sum of money comes your way. Yeah, these people somehow were putting you in like a really dark, deep black hole. That's what I'm seeing. Now God's pulling you out of it. So don't go back to the people, places, and things that God just freed you from, right? The Four of Wands. And just know that if you invest in doing, a side business, working, it literally, it could be handyman stuff, it could be many different things, but working just a little bit on the side, doing the things that you can do, blessings are going to come in. These people are not going to be able to block your blessings forever. In fact, I feel like this cycle is over. And these people are not worthy of you anyways. The Two of Cups talks about a soul contract with the universe. It also talks about you having an ability that you're not aware of, one that could make a lot of money. God's going to line your pockets so you can line the pockets of other people. Is what I'm hearing. Three of Cups, abundance, harvest. These people have been stealing your harvest for a very long time. That is over. Things are not going to go like all this moon magic crap that they do. Things are not going to go in their favor. This whole situation is basically over with these people. But I don't know if you met somebody that's in Nigeria or what was going on with Nigeria. It's not a safe place to travel to, but I'm of a mind that the people of Nigeria are probably good people. So the Hangman, these people, Irene and Steve, they have to sacrifice something. I mean, they're the sacrifice now. Once the divine gets involved, there's really nothing that can be done. So yeah, I'm getting that a complete turnaround is going to happen. God, please help Kiwi Kid find new love. He does not deserve to go through this. This is completely unjust and unfair. And they want to separate him from his sense of self. And I don't like that. These people will never, ever be chosen. The reason that you experience so much stuff is because you're chosen. These people, whether like they would end up being destiny blockers in one way or another, or destiny thieves. Like they're just not, yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Things are about to turn in your favor. These people are just not. They're not, it's not that they couldn't become somebody that's good. It's that they don't choose to. And I don't believe that Irene is innocent, and I don't believe that Steve is innocent. Not one bit. Not at all, actually. This is why judgment's been called. If these people were like not knowing what they were doing, it would be one thing, but they're fully conscious of it. So let's get one more card. So I would just, whatever they've been doing, Six of Swords, they're in spiritual court right now having to answer for it, which means that something is going to turn around for you really quick, which I like that energy. Okay. Just remember that God loves you. You have the love of God within you. I know it's really hard not to be upset over the situations that you're seeing, but just know that you are a part of the answer. You are a part of the answer. You're not a part of the problem. I mean, this situation is not going to create again, because you're going to heal whatever it was with what was going on within you that was an insecurity issue that drew these people in. But these people were not good people, and I think it's a blessing that they walked out of your life when they did. Sometimes we think, oh, it was unjustly done, but no, actually, there was something about the relationship that you weren't seeing. Okay. My heart is beating so fast. Like, I am trying so hard to control my emotions and stuff, and people don't really understand. Once I get triggered, it's really bad. I think that people don't understand you as well, Kiwi Kid, and that's their problem. They mistook your blessings for their blessings, and that is not the case. Like, it looks like, you know, also I'm getting that Irene's father does not like this person. High Priest Olad. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Messaged you on August 9th. So like last year, because we're in July, saying he wanted to help you. You were scared because they were trying to take Tina away from you then. Oh, and he lived in Oyo, Nigeria. Have you had contact with him recently? So the thing about the people that say that they're high priests, sometimes they are a high priest, right? But they don't practice positivity. I'm getting that. I'm not getting like scam energy from the Olad person, but I am getting that he wanted to tell you something about yourself. You know what I'm kind of getting? I'm getting that a lot of preachers go to this high priest. So let's see what comes out with this energy. For some reason, I don't feel like it's bad, but I don't feel like it's purely positive either. Just like a lot of things, it's kind of neutral. Now, if he were to be asking you to send money there for like deliverance or whatever, I would say no. I would say no. Just due to the fact that you can ask God for deliverance. Wow. 5 of Pentacles. I'm like literally trying to cut the deck and the 5 of freaking Pentacles came out. Okay, so maybe this is what this person's going through. Okay, they could be being invaded. And then also the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like that's the work that you have to do. Well, the work that you are going to end up doing. Let's just say that. Is that right? Is that right? Yes. Okay. So just be aware that, yeah, it's really sad whatever's happening in Nigeria. It brings a lot of pain and suffering and a lot of injustice up. I don't know if he was going to offer you the ability to study under him. Just to let you guys know, if you have any, you sent over $1,000. And did he ever contact you again? Just to let you guys know, if you have any personal questions, you can send a $20 super chat with your question, and I'll pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. So what did you send? Was it like a donation? And thank you for making me aware that I have more thoughts to clear about being chubby since I'm so fat. Go watch somebody that is on Ozempic if you have such a problem with the way that I look. People have lost their damn minds. I will tell you that. Hold on one second. I accuse and report that person that was just calling me transgender. Okay. So you did block him. I think that that's probably a good thing. See, he's sitting in the energy of the Five of Pentacles. This is why you got to be careful who you give money to. Sometimes, actually, let me look at this another way. Sometimes when we give money to, and just to let you guys know, I have nothing against transgender people. I love people of all walks of life. I personally am not transgender. I was born a female. Okay. But, I don't want anybody to think that I was being like transphobic, if that's even a thing. But okay, so sometimes when he was a high priest, but he wasn't like a Christian, okay? He was working with witchcraft. Yeah, there was some type of curse that so since you paid that $1,000, just all this black magic, since you paid that $1,000, have you been having money problems? Because it seems to me like he took that money and did some type of ritual on it, some type of witchcraft. And you were waiting for something to get better and it kept getting worse. And this is probably something I would have never looked for. It's so sad. This world is really sad. Half of the charities that exist out there are not even real charities. Badly after that. Okay, so we need to clear this financial curse. We need to get it off of you. Okay, it's been many curses. This person's been working on you the entire time. Holy crap. Okay, all right, let me clear the witchcraft and block him, and then I'm going to check with the other psychic to make sure I got everything. Wow, this is really heavy witchcraft. Okay, I'm going to pick up these two cards and we're going to shuffle again. Give me 1 second. That was some that I'm so glad that you brought this up, Kiwi Kid. That is some heavy, heavy witchcraft. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Kiwi Kid, you're still there, right? So this is what happened. I know I've told you to get the truth of God before, but what I was talking with the other psychic about is that basically what happened was this high priest, when you gave him money, like we were both looking at the situation and trying to figure out what these beings were that because they're the beings that are sending you the energy of like judgment, we had to kind of like, they're not ancestors of that high priest. They're not African deities. They're demons. Okay. So what we were getting is that your idea about God, of what God is, needs to change. If you're believing that God is a jealous, envious, evil God, that needs to change. Okay. And you won't be drawing that situation in because you're not actually being judged. Well, those demons were messing with you. They took the transaction of the $1,000 and literally like, and the other psychic and I were like, why would anybody do that? Why would anybody receive money from someone and then go have demons attack them? Like, to me, that makes that's like backwards, like doesn't make any sense, right? But what I get is that this high priest is a warlock. He only listens to what the demons have to say. And these demons lie to him, to the high priest, and tell him that they are ancestors. And I do not get that that is true. Okay. I don't get that this person's ancestors or demons or whatever, but they are demonic energies. So since that transaction was done, they've been basically cursing your finances. So we're going to pull a couple cards. I want you to get the truth of God. It's only like $17. I forget how much it is, but get the truth of God, because that's what's going to really help you. I know I've told you that before, but really when it comes to this situation, I had no idea that this situation was at play, or I would have dealt with it in the previous readings. And do the God technique so you can start to integrate real God, because that's what's going to get you out of this. We were able to clear the energy of what was being done. Okay, like what has been done. We can clear like the past energy and the present energy, but your belief system has to change. Yeah, it's so easy. You can order the truth of God. It's so easy. But yeah, your definition of God needs to change. And I get that if you're holding any grievances towards God, you need to understand the things that you were thinking was God was not God. It was demons that were sending that energy. You're not being judged by God. God does not judge anyone. I know that sounds crazy, or it sounds, because people think that the God of the Bible, which was probably an Anunnaki being, is an all judging and hateful and mean and evil. And it sounds like a demon, right? Real God is all love, joy, and peace, and compassion and mercy. And I don't ever say forgiveness, because it's not, there is no forgiveness. It's just love. So when it comes to that, changing your like I would take a piece of paper, take some time and write out all of the beliefs that you have about God and about yourself in relation to your relationship with God. Okay. And then get the truth of God, go through and clear those beliefs, and then start affirming the opposite. Now, what I did was I was able to disconnect the demonic spirits. Okay. The demons, the African demons, whatever that, again, they're not deities. I don't want anybody to think that African deities are demons, because that's not what I was saying. But these demons were telling the high priest that they were his ancestor. Maybe if the high priest passes away and becomes a demon, that could be possible. But I get that no, the person doesn't even know what they're doing. They're literally taking instructions from demons, which is crazy, right? Okay, so with that energy being cleared, because we were checking your chakras and it was your crown chakra. Your crown chakra has to do with your connection to God. And, you know, it's hard to have a healthy connection to God if you're feeling judged. And these energies were trying to bring down. And I asked if it was a racial thing. It's not a racial thing either. Because to me, it makes absolutely no sense why somebody that you paid money to, in my mind, they would want, like, in my mind, if they wanted more money from you or more experience from you, they would have literally done right by you. Like, this is just my logical thinking, right? And the other psychic was like, well, why would anybody do that? Like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't practice whatever this is. So I don't know why some, other than they take advice from demons. That's why they would do that. But yeah, I'm hearing gullible. So don't be so gullible when it comes to that. Work on your definition of God and work on gaining peace. Okay. Because we cleared the curse energy and I detached all of those demons. I sent them back to hell. Okay. We sent them back to hell and I detached them from the person that they were connected to, the high priest. If this person tries to contact you, do not communicate with them. Okay. Because they may end up figuring out that, yeah, once the gig is up and real God, like real angels and stuff, become aware of what was going on, a divine intervention comes into play. And so this person may try to contact you or they may try to threaten you. You were scared that they were trying to take Tina away from me, and then they did, and they turned her against me. Okay, yeah. So now that we know that this is a situation, you know, I still feel like in my heart of hearts that anybody that can be manipulated by demons, and I know a lot of people can, but to the point where they would end a relationship with someone, walk away from someone they said they cared about, anybody that can be manipulated by demons like that is not somebody you want around you. You do realize that you are not like, these demons do not manipulate you. They do not possess you the way that they do these other people. So like I was saying that you've got a gift, you definitely have a gift that comes from God. That's like a fail safe. But yeah, they were using that $1,000 transaction as a way to curse you. And so since everything has been going to shit since you donated to that person, this is why you have to be very careful, because what these practitioners do is they'll get money from someone, then they go buy, they give that money to these demons, and the demons have a different agenda than the high priest. Okay, like their agendas don't even align. These demons will just and this doesn't just go for your situation, but every single demonic legion or horde that's attached to a high priest or high priestess, okay, these demons will flee. They flee. Okay, just like when we were getting rid of them, they were running away. They're like, please don't send me back to hell. Nope, you got to go back from whence you came because you caused too much trouble here. You shouldn't have picked. I straight up was like, you shouldn't have picked on somebody that would end up coming into my awareness, because once you did that, you got yourself all twisted up and in trouble. So now these demons are not going to be helping this high priest. This high priest is going to lose all of their power. And yeah, what I'm getting is that God's going to undo all of the magic that person was doing on everyone. And they're going to get a lot of negative karma coming back on them. And there's not really anything that they can do about that. If they ever do figure out that it was through someone that you know, don't talk to that person ever again, okay? Like literally. Everything has been going to shit since Elizabeth's family in October 2018. So yeah, and remember that God is within you, real God, the one that you can connect with, not these demons, okay? Because I checked to see if it was the demiurge. Now, Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, is a Gnostic concept, but Yaldabaoth is like a Lovecraft creature, okay? It has thought that it was God up until this point, okay? I checked to see if it was that. It's not that. So it's more your fear of being judged by God. And then also these demons were trying to make you think that they were God. And they're not God. They're like low like they're so low vibrational, but that any person that they work with, they deceive. Typical demonic behavior. All right, so I want to pull 3 cards for you. one past, one present, and one future. This person is going to be out. They're not going to have a home to live in. They're not going to have a pot to piss in. I hope that they go get deliverance and repent, but just make sure you keep them on block, okay? And I want to see how this situation, God, Holy Spirit, can we just see how this real God, Holy Spirit, can we see how this situation is going to turn itself around? Also, Archangel Gabriel, y'all are seeing what's going on here. You angels are seeing what's going on here. Let's do something about that. Thank you. So that any future attempts do not, so once you get rid of these beliefs, okay, you're going to get the truth of God, you're going to use the God technique, you're going to use the mind technique. Once you start to have your own connection to God, you'll be able to rise above anything. You need to remember that God is not ever going to be judging you. Doesn't matter what you think you've done or whatever it is you're thinking, okay? And if you go back into that way of thinking that God is judging you, you need to remind yourself, okay, wait, no, I remember what Astraea said. God is not judging me. It would make no sense for God to give us free will to then judge us every time we make a choice. You know what I mean? So your opinion of God needs to be a little bit higher. The God that's mentioned in the Bible carries the traits of the devil. I don't need to say any more about that. We know being jealous is a human trait, not a godly trait. Being vengeful, wrathful, and evil and psychotic is more human traits, not God traits. So the Nine of Swords was the past, you grieving. I feel like literally whenever you gave this person money, so there was something that triggered with the Elizabeth situation, but no, God is not forgiving. God is not judgmental. There's no forgiveness needed because there's no judgment. That's why I always just say merciful and kind. There's literally, I have never ever felt judgment energy coming from God. There's been times where I thought that I was being judged by God because everything in my life didn't make sense, but then I realized that it was demons or other BS energies of people going on. I do not think God is a man or a woman. I think that God is beyond what we can even describe. And I hate using the word God because everybody has their own notion of what God is. But that's the core beliefs around what you think God is describing more, and the way you feel in your heart that God is describing more of a devil energy than it is a God energy. So this emotional pain and deep regret is passing. Look, Ace of Cups, you're about to discover what real God is. And this is why I will always remain devoted to my higher self, God, because I know what it really is. And to me, it's the ultimate everything. So present energy means that you belong to real God, your higher self, okay? You have never been separated from that energy. It says, follow your heart and your instincts. Let your guard down and open your heart. I know that it's been really hard for you to do that because of the trauma, past trauma, but you have to understand that ever since you involved that high priest, there's been more than one demon. There was a legion of them, a horde of them, like a group of them, right? That were paid to derail you off of your divine life purpose and to keep you away from discovering your higher self, God. That's what they were doing. And they wanted to keep you stuck in this material world so that you would never experience the love of God and the true energy of God, because that's the only way that they could then trap you. And why were they doing that? Because these high priests, when they get money from someone, they go buy offerings for these demons. These demons want offerings. That's why. Okay, so one card for the future for Kiwi Kid on this subject. But I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Oh my gosh, like literally. Wow, the trolls are really trolling today. No, you know what? The divine doesn't like hypocrites. The divine does not like haters. The divine wants everybody to come to the divine, not to being a demon. Okay? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus and in the name of actually the Lord rebuke you. I ain't even going to rebuke you for saying that. The Lord rebuke you. I'm actually doing what God has asked me to do. You can't say that about yourself. God will never, unless what you believe is God is Satan, which is exactly what we're talking about. Your God is the devil. Because if it's telling you to come bully a woman that's talking about the love of God, then you have to know that that is straight demonic. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I think it's actually pathetic that you're not. Anyways, sorry, you guys. I'm going to go off on that person, but what is wrong with people? All right, so we're going to get one card for your future. That person was a damn fool. Again, I'm accusing and reporting these humans and all of their demonic bullshit. The demons just keep coming out of left field today. And I don't even have no beef with them. I literally love God, real God, not fake God, not Bible God. No, that's called the demiurge. That's called Yaldabaoth. Okay. I don't love Abrahamic God. I do not believe in that. Do not believe that God takes on petty human characteristics. That is not God. That's another person's version of God. Jesus, in that sense, Jesus is much more God than what people think if they believe that God is jealous, envious, petty, and crazy, evil. And look, Kiwi Kid, when you understand what I'm talking about, when you have your experience with your higher self and you feel that love, that compassion, that joy, that bliss, that positive energy, you will know that it is divine. When you feel that, you're going to realize, oh, I understand what Astraea is talking about. This other thing that I was thinking was God was not. And there are a lot of beings that want to play God out there, but let them start playing God in their own life, okay? So yeah, you can look at this. God from the Bible, you can't trust that God, but you can trust the God that's within you. Just like Jesus went in himself and trusted the God within him. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, down to earth. Person that shows concern for others, intensely loyal to her friends and family. Okay, so let me just ask a question. Is this Kiwi Kid's energy? Yeah, so it helps others in need. So your place of giving, I do feel like you're coming from the right place when it comes to how you interact with others. But then the next time you have a relationship, it's going to be, you have boundaries in it. And just know that you don't have to fix the world. There's nothing that a priest in Africa and their demons can do for you. That real God within you that you have accessible at every second of the day can do. Like, you are more powerful than that, than those people. Let's get one more. 8 of Pentacles. And this is probably going to show through. I don't know if you're going to write a book about all these experiences. I think you should. All of these different witchcraft experiences that you've gone through. I mean, literally, it costs nothing to write a book. It literally is free to publish it yourself and everything. But I would start writing your testimony down, going within yourself and inner journeying. I also get that, like I said, this person, they may try to contact you through another page or something. You need to, if you're going to have conversations with people online, you need to verify who they are, especially if they're asking for your personal information. I would not be giving out your personal information. And you're going to run into people that say that they have the answer, but I'm telling you, the God within you is the answer. The tower, like I said, the work that you do is going to bring a tower to a lot of people. And it's because of their witchcraft, their pettiness. So yeah, getting rid of the only thing that's causing disaster in your life now that the curse energy is gone is going to be the thoughts that you think yourself. So if you can get the truth of God, start working through those thoughts and reestablish your relationship with real God. Go within and make that connection, meditate. I'm getting that when you pray, don't be praying for things that you like, God save me from this, okay? Because that you're just focusing on what you don't want. When you pray, let it be glory, gratitude, and appreciation for God. Coming from that perspective, yeah, things will start moving in your life in the correct way. 7 of Wands. I literally think that you should write a book about your experiences and about how you are learning to protect you, your energy, and your resources. Because that would kind of make all of the stuff that you've been through worth something, you know, for you to be able to guide other people through it. And don't think that whatever you've done, you're too far gone. No, you can go within yourself at any point. The Magician, because I do feel like you are more powerful than these other people. You don't need a horde of demons to get something pushed through. And when you devote all of your time and your energy to the success of something, it always ends up being successful. It's only when you split your energy that it ends up not being successful. And I would be choosing peace. If you can bring peace into this situation with your money, with your love life, with your experiences, I think that peace is the one. It's like the puzzle piece that's been missing. You know what I mean? If you can bring peace into the situation, things are going to work out better than you would have even imagined. Because you probably think that you're stuck deep down in a hole that you'll never get out of. I don't care what this high priest did with the money. I don't care what rituals and the demons and all that. I don't care. All that stuff is super low vibrational and it does not trump God's power. And the other psychic I work with is an angel. We're both earth angels. So when we work on something, we can clear everything that's been done up to now and then report everything else to the heavens. But the work that is left for you to do is to change your perspective. Maybe start doing a gratitude journal. Gratitude journal, there's probably an app you can download, but you could just get a dollar store journal. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day writing down things that you're grateful for. I know that sounds silly, but it really starts to change the direction of your thoughts. And not only that, once you get the truth of God and you go within and use the techniques, you're going to have physical experiences that prove to you that real God is love, is peace, is joy. Because if you have any issue, you take that into God's presence, that issue can't even exist because God and issues are the opposite, right? 6 of Pentacles. So it looks to me that you're going to be able to magically turn this situation around completely and entirely. If there was any concerns over your self-worth, I think it's just an old way that you've been thinking about yourself, to be quite honest. I don't get that you're unworthy or that, you know, I'm not getting anything like that at all. I'm getting that God loves you. You're so loved by your higher self. Also, there's another platform called Esther Hicks, ESTERHICKS. When you start to feel down and blue, I would listen to one of her videos. You can type it into YouTube, it's free. I would listen because she'll teach you about the law of attraction, getting in there with your vortex and all of that. And I think that you need some real life tools that you can use at any given moment. That's what I love about the truth of God, real life tools that you can use at any moment to overcome whatever is going on. And then also rebuilding your self-esteem, because there's nothing wrong with you. You're not unworthy. You are enough. You're enough to handle this situation. I think that, well, had I known that the high priest situation and all the demons and stuff, things would have turned around sooner. But I didn't know about that till today. So now that we know about that, trust me, my spiritual job is to be the accuser of mankind and to report to God everything that goes on that I see, everything to the divine realm, I should say, not just God, but everything that's divine. When I do that, I'm fulfilling the purpose of my life, basically, being a watcher. And so, yeah, once you realize the truth that you are worthy, and I'm going to remind you the truth of yourself, that you are a loving, the thing is, Kiwi Kid, you don't ever screw people over. So for this type of stuff to be happening to you, I know that this is some type of weird BS demonic agenda, like low vibrational agenda. And you've noticed that you don't get possessed. It's the people around you. And I feel like this person, this high priest, whatever the demons told the high priest, the demons realized that you're untouchable in some type of way. I think that there would have been worse stuff happening with your health had these demons been able to access you. But what they did was they put a target on you. Now that that target's removed and there's protection being put in place, yeah, you want to do stuff to protect, not only just protecting your energy, but protecting your thought forms, your thought, what you think about yourself and what you think about God, not letting other people have access to that. The Page of Pentacles. I feel like you have been an abundant person since you were a child. You were born abundant. And so as far as, voodoo can do a lot, but what it can't do is take away what God has already given. They try to delay it, but it can't take it away. So knowing that, I think that writing your testimony is going to give you a big purpose and it'll make you money. Okay, is there anything else? So this time it's going to go differently. And I also feel like work yourself up to dating again. The Empress, look, work yourself up to dating again. Because without all of that stuff going on, and hopefully there's nothing else, but without all that stuff going on, I feel like you're going to draw in an Empress, and this will be somebody that is equally successful and kind and compassionate and carries the same traits as you. And they may be in your area. This person may take the bus. I'm seeing somebody sitting on a bus. I'm seeing a woman sitting on a bus. They may take the bus a lot. Also, if you do start dating a woman that has money, don't be intimidated by that, okay? The Hangman, because that would be like you sacrificing the relationship just because you feel like you don't have anything to offer. I disagree. You do have a lot to offer. A lot. So when this new relationship comes in, maybe you're going to meet this person on the bus. This person takes the bus. So what is the thing about the vehicle? It seems like every single thing that was going on in your life, these demons started stripping from you. So what is going to change with that? Like, nobody can take real God's love away from anyone. So people need to stop being so judgmental, People need to stop thinking that God is going to be judging other people. No, these people that are saying, oh, God carries the human traits of the devil, or like jealousy is a trait of Satan and humans. Like, no. These people are coming from a space that they're literally connecting to a demiurge entity that hates them. Okay? First of all, these people are not favored by God or by even these demons. These demons, that doesn't even make sense why they did what they did. Okay, what about the sacrifice do we need to know? Yeah, don't, you are somebody that works very hard. Don't allow anybody to like, I don't want to say diminish that, but they just want to dismiss anything that you do because they think that you're going to fall into this old pattern of not believing in yourself. And no, once you know that your higher self is God, you've got something to believe in. And God is not judging you. When you feel a demonic attack come on, go within and connect with God. Take out the truth of God and start reading it. Because you need to be reminded, look, Emperor and Empress, this is an equally yoked match. You need to be reminded that you are good. Like you are good. You are purely good. And the Lovers, yeah. And your harvest and abundance. This warlock, high priest person was using moon magic. They're going to be regretting it. I can tell you that. So remember, get the truth of God. That is going to be your stepping stone. And then once you have a few experiences with your higher self, God, it'll be so much easier. You'll be like, oh, okay, I know what she's talking about. Not only that, this moon magic stuff to harvest your energy and all of that, and harvest your your abundance, I should say. Yeah. This moon magic does not have any type of power when it comes to God's power. So the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, you can be, while you're waiting for the tables to turn and things to turn around and start going right, I would be doing gratitude journaling. I would be listening to Esther Hicks. I would be getting the truth of God, using the techniques in that. And with those three things, that's a really good start. I've got other books that are tagged in the products as well. Like I've got a bunch of affirmation cards from Louise Hay, working with affirmations. Well, I will tell you to use the mind technique first in the truth of God. Clear the thoughts and beliefs that are working against you, that are not serving you, that are not even true, and then affirm what you do want. By doing that, you're getting rid of the resistance part. And Esther will talk to you about resistance as well. But yeah, there's definitely things that you can do. Get out and go for walks. Start writing, start journaling, start explaining your testimony, because there is a lot here that you can benefit from. And you are good. You are good. You know that you're good. There's nothing wrong. You don't deserve this, but I understand why it's happening, because your false perception of God needs to be exposed. Okay? So that you can have a real connection with your higher self, God. That's why this is happening. But even though it looks to be negative, when you do the God technique and you're looking out through the eyes of your higher self, you're going to understand why all this had to occur. Because each of these lessons, it's not lessons to punish you, it's lessons to help you grow so that you can become more of your true self, which is what God is, which is unconditional love, joy, compassion, mercy, and peace. All right? So as you wait for all of this stuff to turn around, because it will, I wouldn't just be sitting idle. Like, this is what I'm getting. I wouldn't be sitting idle, holding on to a bunch of beliefs and false perceptions. Okay, I would be taking active roles, 2 or 3 activities a day on the days that you feel good enough to do them, right? 2 or 3 activities a day. Whether that's gratitude journaling, going for a walk, petting a pet. I don't know if you have pets, or if if there's neighborhood pets. But I'm getting that animals are such a good teacher of unconditional love. And it really feels like these people just took advantage of you. They preyed upon you, and they tried to take your health from you, your finances from you, your love relationships. That's what it feels like. They tried to take everything. And now, even though the situation's going to turn around, I would still be doing things that are healthy to support, you living a better lifestyle, which means gratitude, means changing your attitude, your perception, going within, doing meditation. Stop thinking that God is outside of yourself. Because when you think that, that's when you connect with these demonic things. I'm getting that these demons, now that they've been sent back from whence they came, they're not going to have access to you again. Okay. So don't go back into an old way of thinking. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to pinpoint where all this black magic was coming from. And it just goes to show, like, surrounding these situations, all of the demonic stuff that came in, this reading, all those demonic people, like, look, these people who are possessed by demons are going to target you, tell you don't know what you're talking about. But I want you to understand that when you have real experiences with your interconnection with God, there's nobody on this planet that's going to be able to end that or try to convince you otherwise. Yeah. So at least we're catching the energy now. Okay, before it went any further. I think that was a real important thing. Us catching the energy now is really important. So, maybe start a GoFundMe and share that. But I'm telling you, the weird thing is, I would say it's weird. It's actually should be expected, is that the demonic realm, now that the head haunches and the angels are being invested in this situation, it looks to me like you're owed something. Okay, like there's confirmation that there is a debt that now needs to be paid to you. So I would be expecting blessings to come in from every angle, and from angles that maybe you didn't think that they were going to come through. So I would spend less time worrying and more time being affirming. But you've got to release your false perception of what God is. God is not some man sitting in a throne outside of you that's watching you, judging you. Okay? That's not what God is. And get the truth of God. I know that you're running low on money, but the truth of God is what is going to help you. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple cards for the collective about it being different now, this new situation. And just know that things may still come up to trigger you, but when they come up to trigger you, when you have a connection with God, that none of those triggers can do anything. They hold no power. No demons, the people, they can do whatever they want to do, but they don't understand that, because look, the people of this planet walk around connected to demonic energies that they believe is God. A lot of them are. Not every single person, but a lot of them are. The ones that are on this high horse thinking they're better than everybody else, all that. And, their version of God will condemn them. Okay, because it's not God. And they'll find out way too late that they should have just done what Jesus did and gone within. But, they still may rear their ugly heads up and open their mouth at you, but just, let it roll off your back like water off a duck's back. Because what can somebody say to you when you have real connection with real God? Like the moment they come into your reality on their demonic bullshit, they've put themselves up under judgment. And everything, demon that's fueling them, the spirit of disgustingness that's fueling them, that's demonic, is being seen by God and is up under judgment. So you just have to understand that these people are being watched. And then whatever happens to them, you may see people's lives completely fall apart. But whatever happens moving forward is not your fault. That's their fault. They should have, had a little bit more common sense to treat people correctly. And you want somebody that is of God, like that is on the same equal level as you, not somebody that can be easily manipulated by demonic entities or whatever they are. I don't even know what to call these African demons. They're literally African demons. Like, they're just demons of that area. But I would not really associate demons with an area, but I will say that that's what's going on there. Okay. And then all of the judgment that was coming in through the reading today. Sorry, I got heated. I'm working on that. People, when they say things that are really offensive and it hurts my feelings, I'm still a person. You know, it hurts my feelings, but at the end of the day, what can I do? Just, you know, my job, report their behavior to the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. And I pray that God comes into their heart and changes their heart and exercises their demonic energy, or that these people learn immediately, because I'm not going to have no more lifetimes to interact with people. I'm not doing that anymore. This is the last one. So there is no, oh, I can make it up to them next time. No, they can't. No, they can't. And I think that's the attitude that you should have with these people, is that, you know what, you did right by them. They wanted to backstab you. Things are going to be different this time. They come around playing games like this. They need to be prepared to be played with back. 4 of Pentacles. And look, the gifts that God gives you, no one will be able to take away. No one of this world. Thank you so much, Kiwi Kid. Thank you so much. And thank you for your donations. You guys are so kind. But literally, when God gives to you, God doesn't give you things that the world can take away. That's how you know when something comes from Satan. Satan will give things to people and then take them away. But Satan, the devil, El Diablo, cannot give anybody spiritual abilities and a spiritual inheritance, okay? I mean, maybe it could, but it just won't. It never will. You'll never see the devil give anybody anything good. The only thing it'll give them is fast money. And we know what fast money does. It falls through your hands, falls through your fingers like sand, right? That's what fast money does. Nine of Pentacles. No matter what comes your way, things are going to be different. Like, no matter what comes your way, you're still going to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and be self-sufficient. And I think it would be a real big shame if you guys allowed the demonic realm to put you into hiding. You know, they want to shame you so you don't show your face and all of this stuff. You can tell right off the bat when somebody's energy is of the devil, because why would anybody do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you realize that somebody is under the influence of demons, get away from them. Block them, report them to God, whatever you need to do. You just need to get away from them and don't give them any energy. I think that some of these demonic energies are amateurs, and the only reason they play games with y'all is because they know that you guys don't know who you are spiritually. If you knew who you were spiritually, these demons would never, like, never come for you, because that would be a losing endeavor. So that they're just taking advantage of people thinking that God is the God of the Bible and all of that. King of Swords. You know, you guys are being put into the energy of being able to be a judge spiritually and a leader, right? I'm not getting that you guys cast judgment upon other people. That's not what we're here to do. But at the same time, there is a level of discernment that needs to be used so that you can stay stable and safe. And that discernment is key. It's a very important piece and part of your spiritual journey. Also, when you put your mind on positive things come through. Look, the Ten of Swords. I think that this is like you guys being elevated to a position of power towards you could have 10 swords put in somebody's back. The 10 of Swords to me is like the voodoo doll card. Like that's what I always think about when I see this, because that's illogical. One sword would have done somebody in. 10 of them is a little obsessive. You're not a victim, you're not a martyr, and we're not supporting that. 3 of Swords. Look, these people that betrayed you, sorrow is a part of their day-to-day life. Misery is as well. That should quench the need for revenge. The people that are mean to me, I don't need to get no revenge. These are losing ass people already. The biggest thing that they lost was the assistance of an earth angel. You need to think about it, putting yourself in that perspective. The biggest thing that they lost out of being cruel to you, doing spell work and all of that, the biggest thing that they lost was access to somebody who could have helped them. Now they're not going to have any access to any person that will help them. They'll only draw in people that will destroy them further. And that's their choice. I mean, literally, we all have free will. And these people want to act like they're the victim. You guys are not the victim. You're the victor. It's different. And stay away from people that are like third party people. 4 of Cups. Yeah. These people that completely wanted to just do all of this because they were bored. They've got a loss of interest in the things that they love to do. I can guarantee it. Or because why would they be wasting their time with coming for you in your life if they had their own life to live that was worth a shit? These people's lives, I would never want to switch places with any person because I would never want to be in somebody else's shoes. What the hell? I also get that, you know, the more that you go within and search for the answers and bring that calm into this reality, the less power that these people have. The more that you focus upon peace, the less grip that these people have upon your life. Okay? Page of Swords. And you'll get to a point where they can watch you as much as they want, but it doesn't mean anything. Yes, about the taking and giving. Yeah, literally. These people can watch because they're bored. They ain't got shit else to do. I mean, they could go clean their house, you know. They could go work on themselves. They could go, you know, start becoming a human being rather than a demonic entity. There are things that these people could do to better their lives, but it's not our job to tell them what those things are. Let them figure it out. Since they wanted to condemn y'all, like I said, this is going to be different this time. Whatever was going in the past is not going to go. All these people are up under judgment, every single one of them. They did that to themselves by trying to judge you. Queen of Pentacles. All they can do is watch you get money, watch you be successful, watch you live your life, watch you be untouchable, watch you be anointed, watch you be the star. That's all these people can do. Literally. Other than that, what can these people do? Nothing. 9 of Wands. Because for some reason, these people act like if you are stable and have money and have your finances, then it wounds them. If it does, I'm sorry, but that's a situation that's going to be what it is. Now, I don't know what contracts these people sign. I don't know what type of demonic witchcraft they're into, but if it means that your stability causes them to be wounded, then they're going to have to be wounded. You have to put yourself before other people. Obviously, still take care of your children, but you cannot care. Page of Wands, children. You cannot care about what other people think and feel. They're only wounded because their belief system is bullshit. A Page of Wands. Some of you probably want children, and that's still in the cards for you. Okay? And God does not hate anyone. God loves everyone. Okay? The devil hates everyone, though. Equally. Hates humans. Why anybody would even think to go to the devil is ridiculous. Because it hates humans. Seven of Cups. Delusions. These people, you can't help people that are stuck in your shadow side. I would continue to move forward with your life. Okay? They've got clouded judgment. These people that try to cast this type of judgment upon you, they will be judged. Judge not that you be not judged. They will be judged. Okay? By themselves. Judgment. They will be judged. And they will be burdened and unable to get a breakthrough. Yeah, I would be, I accuse and report everything that has to do with this app, everything that has to do with the numbers on it, everything. I accuse and report it to the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, to the divine realm. And I ask for them to bring the peace that they have into the situation so that it can be a more peaceful experience, but also prosperous and productive as well. I get that these burdens you're never going to carry them. I would never pick up somebody else's burdens. Okay. And if you get in a relationship with somebody and all of a sudden you start to feel weighed down and heavy and burdened, then leave that relationship. Okay. Just know that God wants you to be at peace, for you to be choosing God, loving yourself. That's what God really wants. That's what the divine wants. And that includes the angels and all of that. Five of Cups. These people will be burdened because they can't just come over here and throw that bullshit energy at you. There are ramifications. There's things called consequences. These people are going to be grieving and weeping and crying because they're going to have to face real life consequences. You know, you can feel the heaviness in certain relationships. Yeah, I would distance yourself from those relationships. Look, because they're not going to be doing anything to your Ten of Pentacles. Your Ten of Pentacles is your Ten of Pentacles. That's your inheritance, gift, large sum of money. These people, they do not understand anything about you. And the moment that they realize that, oh, they're in trouble, now since they went around terrorizing the rest of everybody else for no reason, by the way, there's no legitimate reason. I also report everything that's going on to the jinn in these situations. To every spirit being that exists, I report these people in the situation. Ace of Wands. Because it's a good time for you to begin new projects. And you're going to be given the stability and material success to do so. I'm going to make every single spiritual being that has ever existed aware of what these people have been doing to y'all. What they've been doing to me, what they've been doing to you. And they think that they can hide behind a username or hide behind a fake account or hide behind someone else. How are they going to hide when they've been being watched the entire time? Explain that to me. How is anybody hidden? There was this movie that I seen like a just like a little preview for, but it's a world where it's like a world where everyone is monitored by AI, and then they make AI the judge. That would be a really effed up world, but still taking away people's privacy. There is no privacy. God knows everything. Real God knows everything. And real God is the answer. Peace is the answer. Love, joy, doing good to yourself and doing good to others is the answer. Starting new projects that inspire others. Taking that pain and suffering that you went through and transmuting it through your creativity to turn it into something that's great. I feel like that's what we should be focusing on. Queen of Cups. And let people mistake you for being this softie. Okay? Some people are going to make comments on the way you look. Some people are going to just think about how anybody that's in the public eye in any type of way or has anything, how people talk so much shit about those people. Like, it's all just jealousy and envy and demonic bullshit. It really is. And call it out when you see it. When you pick up on spiritual, psychic warfare, call it out. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please and thank you. Call it out so that so that everything in your reality sees it. That way, it doesn't just continue and you go around feeling like no one knows about the suffering. Call it out, okay? I call out the judge that didn't approve me to have benefits, that disregarded my life. I called out that person and judgment upon that person. Or I ask for the divine to put judgment upon the situation. I mean, I would still show up if I had any type of way to have my needs met so that I was okay, I would still show up. So it's not like, oh, I would, if I got my benefits, oh, I would quit helping people. No, I would still show up. I just wouldn't stress as much. So I think it's like we just need to put more faith and trust in the divine to provide for us than we do the human world. And when the human world starts to act stupid, we accuse it and report it. Okay. And then do everything in our power to change the way that we think and that we believe about everything so that we can have, like, for example, there is straight up just so much evidence of you being a good person. There is so much, like, for my personal case, this is why my lawyer's like, what the fuck was that when the judgment came back negative? Like, what? There is so much evidence. So much evidence. Okay? Ridiculous, dude. So much evidence. You just have to understand, just like that. There's so much evidence that points to the otherwise. So if they want to be nasty like that, that's on them. Think of it this way. The people that keep disregarding you and trying to manipulate you so that you can't receive what you need to receive, those people will suffer greatly. If it makes you feel any better, they will. Because you didn't do anything like that to them. And we cancel and rebuke every time that a destiny swipe occurred, that somebody came in from the moment, like, no, I call down justice and judgment upon the moment that I met the people that have done this to me, to the moment now. And then even before that, going to the moment my soul was created, to the moment that I'm living in now. All of it, the entire timeline of that. I'm calling down judgment on why I have not been allowed to have the resources to live life. And why I've been completely disabled because of witchcraft and destiny swap and genetic mental health issues and all of that shit. And why my country has shit on me, completely disregarded my life in every type of way, not cared about me, not given me any type of assistance. And I would love to be able to have a different job where I made a bunch of money, but this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I would love to have a job where I made a bunch of money and never had to ask for help. But, you know, when people ask me for help, I help them. It's crazy. To the best of my ability. And you have to understand that when you operate from that energy, you're putting out too much good to live a life that's filled with only bad. So at some point, there's got to be a divine intervention. This injustice where the evil gets to rule the world, and evil and all of this disgusting satanic bullshit gets to be the dominating force in every type of aspect of human life, that needs to end now. Like I don't want to live on this planet. And this is one reason why I didn't want to come back to this planet, is because of this dumb shit. I don't want to experience it. If I could go back in time, I would choose not to have this lifetime. Even though I'm learning a lot, yeah, it's not been worth the trouble. And if I could die, I would have taken myself out already, because I've tried to, and I'm not allowed to die, get brought back to life. So you just have to understand that the reason that you're here, it goes bigger beyond just what you think. And that just means that you need to open your mind a little bit more and start asking different questions. In my mind, like if you have asked for something, who are these people? Or you've like signed up for something, you've applied for something. Who are these people to say that you are not worthy of receiving it? Who are they to say that? Like literally, who are they to say? If it goes tit for tat, who are these people that want to judge us so badly? Who are they to go against what the doctors have written, to go against what physical time and energy has recorded, to go against other people's testimonies? Who the hell are these judges of the filthy, disgusting earth that I love so much? But who are these disgusting judges to go against what doctors have seen and witnessed, to go against hospital records, to go against testimonies from other people? Who are they to do that? This is why I'm so sick of this false power dynamic. It needs to be eradicated. And yes, there is consequences. It will always be a consequence. Anytime somebody treats a chosen one badly, there will be a consequence. Delaying a chosen one's destiny and delaying God's plans, there's going to be a consequence for that. Delaying the plans that the divine has for us, there's going to be a consequence for that. And that's not something we have to do. That is something that is a natural side effect of touch not mine anointed. Literally, so you see somebody doing work, speaking good things about the divine, doing good works, you leave that person be. You either support them or you get away from them. Because this one judge person, okay, this one judge person, who are they to come against and discredit the testimonies of hundreds and thousands of other people? Okay, who are they? I don't care what type of schooling they've been to. Literally, I don't care what type of schooling they've been to. Who are they to say that who are they to say that you are not who you say you are? Who are they to say that? They're one little worthless ass person that has a little bit of power that they're going to lose anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are they to say that you are not deserving or worthy? And if they're going to give every other person the resources that should have gone to you, who are they to mistreat resources like that? Five of Wands, like there's some type of competition. There is no competition for the chosen. Chosen people are chosen. They don't compete. There's no competing with the chosen person. This government, this world needs to get it together and do it quickly. Because I'm disgusted at this point. How any illegal immigrant can go up and get assistance. Like whatever you've asked for, they're giving it away for free to illegal immigrants that have no loyalty to wherever you live at and will burn the flag and all of that shit. They're giving away the resources to those people and then denying the people who actually are citizens of their own country. You have to realize that there is something psychologically deranged about that and that it won't last forever. All right, let's get one more card. The Moon. Who are these people to abuse the energies of the moon? To abuse you? Who do they think they are? I don't care what they think they are. They're about to be shown really quickly that they are not shit. And that they're going to be brought down just as low as you were brought down in the same exact way. Most likely through demonic torment. These people will face justice that's going to be blind. It's going to come in as a disease or a heart attack or a stroke or some shit for these people that are doing bad. They're going to have to face actual, all of these demons are going to turn on these people because that's what the devil does. Yes, demons. They're going to turn on these people. Knight of Wands. I don't care what these people have going on. I command the devils that are with them to turn on them, to betray them, and to run them into the ground. And if they don't want to do that, then they can be casted into the pits of hell. And they can stay in hell and never come back to the earth. How about that? The Eight of Pentacles. Just be aware there is specifically one person who is trying to keep you from being able to work. Okay? That is not what they should be doing. They need to be focusing on their own life because their work is about to be destroyed and their life they may lose their entire life over this. This is why people just need to start doing better. And I don't think that these people should be thinking that you should just forgive them. No. Why are we going to forgive people that are not sorry? I forgive myself for creating the situation, but other than that, these people can kick rocks. Magician. You're the one that has the power. These people don't hold any power. They're not going to be doing anything else. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like this video, tap the notification bell, make sure you guys are subscribed. Remember, when I start the reading, to tap that notification bell, because if you've got any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat. I would do it at the beginning of the reading, and then that way we'll have time to answer your question. Okay? But I love you guys so much. If you guys could like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. All of that really, really helps, and I appreciate it so much. So remember, the two books that are tagged in the products are The Truth of God. This book is the book that has given me The Truth of God, Advanced Intuitive Living, the techniques that I've been using for 10 years, written by Michael STEADMAN, who's a doctor of divinity. It's tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. And this book will help you with your spiritual journey. The techniques that I was talking about, I mean, there's so many techniques in here, but the ones that are like Kiwi Kid that you need are in this book. This is a book that you don't just read once, you'll pick it up many, many times. The second book that I'm going to just briefly mention and remind you guys about is the book that I've written, and it's called Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, written by me, Astraea Love. And this book will teach you how to read cards for yourself and for others if you are interested in doing that. I do suggest that you use the Quick and Easy Rider-Waite Tarot. I've got this tagged in the products as well. and linked in the description box below. Why do I say that? Because it's the original interpretation. If you learn these cards, you can go to any specialty deck, and when they give you abstract pictures, you'll know what the actual card is and what it means. And so, yeah, when I use the other decks to answer questions, I always keep this one handy, because if I pull a card and I feel like, oh, it doesn't represent the real interpretation, then I will just get the real interpretation. So it's good to have on hand. Vassago Tarot Cards, Spreads, and Spells will teach you how to read cards for yourself and for others. Check it out, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for all of your support and your kindness. For everybody, God bless you. Know that I'm always praying for you and that I love you guys so much, okay? Kisses, hugs, peace be with you, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.